Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your readings for December the 23rd through December the 29th. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. If you are returning, thank you for your loyalty and support. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. You will find all the other, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. It's a general reading. You'll find all the links to everything you need below, to all the other videos. If you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, there'll be also skip times. Because this is an intro, then there's the astrology report, and then the tarot reading, and all the skip times will be below. And also, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, if you could like these videos and share them. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And there's just little things going on at the beginning of the week, but the major astrological event is happening on Thursday. Now, this can also be on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. So happy Christmas, everyone. And I know that on Sunday, I'm recording these on Sunday, it is Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those of you. And the day after Christmas, which is also known as Boxing Day in England, is Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to all of you who celebrate that. So on Thursday, the December the 26th, we have the new moon solar eclipse. It's a partial eclipse in Capricorn, and it happens at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is the 24th. It's happening on the 25th on Christmas Day in California, and it is happening in the UK at 5:13 a.m. on Boxing Day. Now, so this partial new moon solar eclipse happening in Capricorn is a very fortunate and lucky eclipse because it is connected to Jupiter, the planet of abundance and luck and good fortune, right? An expansion. So it's right next to it when this happens. So it's very fortunate. So the power of this new moon solar eclipse is tremendous because Jupiter will expand its power. I've already been feeling this aspect. Have you? I know I have had some quite fortunate things happen. I'm very happy. Listen, this is the last eclipse of the year, of the decade. We are ending a decade. There's a lot of energy when we switch from decade to decade. I can't believe that it's been 20 years since Y2K. I was just thinking about this the other day. If you are, some of you are too young to remember this, but 20 years ago, when we moved into a whole new century, there was a big fear of Y2K. There was, everyone was suspecting that computers would break down around the world and our whole lives would fall apart. And Y2K came and went without any kind of significant event. So we were fine, but it was so funny at the time how naive we were. Now, what else? Let's get back to the solar eclipse, shall we? New moons, as you know, are or most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, when they're together. And a conjunction is a very powerful astrological aspect. It's when the two planets that are conjunct are together. So it's very powerful. And not only that, we have this Jupiter conjunction too. So it's 3 planets. We've got let me see how many planets are in Capricorn right now. Let me check yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn. And by the end of the week, we will have 6. Not only do we have these 2 lights, right, our luminaries, the sun and the moon, conjoined, right, together, which is very powerful. At the same time, we've got the conjunction with Jupiter, as I mentioned, and we also have this lovely relationship with Uranus, which is this planet of sudden happenings and surprises. And because it's a lovely connection, we could get, surprise gifts. Listen, Jupiter is about expansion. So it's about energy. We're going to be energized, right? We're going to feel energetic. It's in a cardinal sign. So we're going to want to start things. It's a new moon. It's a brilliant time to start something, and perhaps a course in study, a business or a project or something new, and it's really important for us to have intentions and write them down at this time, and write them as if we are already experiencing them, because that is the law of attraction. So we really want to make sure that we write our intentions, right? Ask Santa Claus for our presents. Now, Capricorn is all about planning. It's about long-term goals. So really see the future. What do you want to happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years? We're going to have this energy and this urge to start things and to plan things. Taking action towards long-term goals will be extremely satisfying to us at this time. Resist any inclination that you may have to sit back and procrastinate. Resist that urge, because sometimes we don't want to take action out of fear sometimes, right? Much can be accomplished at this time, so make the most of what is available. Now, on Friday, the Sun is conjunct Jupiter exactly. So we're feeling this already, right? And then it's going to be exact on Friday. And also we'll feel it afterwards. We'll feel this lovely, massive energy influx. The Sun represents life force, right? And Jupiter will expand that force. So it's optimism, it's generosity. We will receive gifts and good fortune, and also we'll feel generous, and we'll be inspired to give and to be generous with others. With this boundless energy, you will be able to do everything. It's like you'll want to do everything. You want to start all kinds of projects and get things off the ground. So it's really, with this boundless energy, it is a good time to start a new course in study or business or project, like I said before, with the new moon. So this is all. You also need to be aware, though, that Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So if it will expand negativity. It may expand your waistline, the holidays. Resist the urge to take that second piece of cake or the helpings. And, also drinking too much. We have to drink responsibly during the holidays. Don't drink and drive. Make sure that you have a designated driver, or you, get a taxi home, Uber at home, whatever you need to do. So just be aware of that, and keep your thoughts and actions as positive and as just have integrity and be honest and upfront, and keep your side of the street clean. It's very important, because we have Saturn at play too during this time. Rules and regulations. You don't want to get caught out there. Now, on Saturday the 28th, Mercury moves into Capricorn. So now we have 6 planets in Capricorn, darling. And this is the planet, the sign of ambition, of, practicality, of planning ahead. So this is, the thought process. Mercury is about the thought process and communication. So it's, it's no frills. It's like, communicating, practically, and what's, without beating about the bush. Although when Mercury is in Capricorn, we're very cautious or very careful about what we say. So we're going to kind of be very, judgmental and perhaps skeptical of what people say. You may frown a lot. It's very, Mercury in Capricorn is very conservative, and can appear kind of cold and calculating at times. Capricorn doesn't want to waste time, wants to get to the point and move on. So he may be a little dismissive and judgmental at times. So because Mercury in Capricorn has a very clear sense of judgment. So that's not a bad thing at times, it just, to be a little more thoughtful and deliberate, but very practical. So without further ado, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Virgo, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for December the 23rd through December the 29th. This is for Virgo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Virgo for the week of the 23rd through the 29th of December? Okay. 3 cards for Virgo, please. 3 cards. Oh, there's 1. 2 more cards for Virgo, please. There's 2. 1 more card for Virgo, please. 1 more card. There it is, 3. Okay, now let's go to your clarifying cards. These are clarifying cards for Virgo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, helpful information can we give Virgo through these clarifying cards for December the 23rd through the 29th? Please clarify. Oh, there we go. Please clarify. Oh. And please clarify. Okay. There it is. Okay. Let's go to your cards. There is definitely feedback here, guys. Check out your sun, moon, and rising in the show more section below. Okay, let's go. Let's take a look at your cards. The first card out for you is the Page of Swords, clarified by the Page of Wands. Then you have the Lover's card, clarified by the 2 of Wands. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the 3 of Swords. Virgo. The first card out for you is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, I feel, is this can be an idea. This is definitely, look, this is a message that you can get that is, it's the truth, right? The truth comes, look, you could get a truth delivered to you that is not very palatable, because when the Page of Wands comes in, he can deliver a message that feels a little, it feels abrasive and it doesn't feel that great. But I'm getting, don't shoot the messenger. You really have to be, sometimes you'll hear something that doesn't feel great and you definitely don't want to own it straight away, because it's not it's not wrapped in pretty bows, but there's some truth in it. And sometimes the truth hurts. So we have to try not to take this so personally, but personally enough for personal growth, because we need to hear this truth. Whatever this is, you need to hear it, Virgo. And you may not want to hear it. It's not easy sometimes to hear this, but it's about really being open to hearing what it is. And listen, you don't have to own it all, but you do have to contemplate and say, okay, what part of that really can I own? It's all right. It's all right not to have to be right all the time. So you have to remember that. And then look, clarifying the Ace the Page of Swords is the Page of Wands. So this is definitely personal growth can come through this. And you know, we have to take everything in that we hear. And we have to listen to it sometimes, even when we don't want to. We have to look at it because we can't grow and move forward without that. So I would say that you are ready to move on to the next phase of your life, because that's what this can mean. Growth, potential personal growth is definitely on the table for you, Virgo. And, you know, time to move on. You know, it's the next phase of your life. It's kind of exciting, but sometimes we have to face some truths before we move forward, right? And the next card is the Lover's card. Now, this can mean a decision that's on the table, but I'm just getting the general feeling of love. You know, I'm getting that. It's the holidays. We're filled with love, right? We're love for our families, love for our partners, love for our children. And clarifying it, you also have the Two of Wands. I feel that there's a decision on the table for you, but I feel like it's exciting. I feel like you've got a journey. There's a journey coming up, possibly, for some of you Virgos. I'm really feeling that, and this is a really this is a nice opportunity. It's like the world is in the palm of your hands. You have, and this is definitely about planning too. I would say that this is about planning to move forward, but I'm getting that some of you are definitely going on a trip. That there's definitely travel here with loved ones, I think. And you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. This is something new coming into. The Ace of Pentacles it's almost like you're starting to really see the fruits of your labor. You're starting to see I always think of this as like crocuses coming up in the springtime. You know, things are starting to sprout. And it's interesting clarifying this. You've got the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is kind of pain. You feel betrayed. This is, this is a pain that was installed. It's an old pain. It's a familiar pain. And I always say that I think of Eckhart Tolle with this pain. It's like the pain body. We recreate this pain. I feel that something's going to kick this pain up for you. And look, when the Three of Swords comes in, it's about addressing it. It's about feeling the pain. And I know that it's very difficult for Virgos to kind of sit there and really feel that pain, because it's so overwhelming. Because they're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is about, I really am getting that you're going to be upset by some kind of communication with loved ones. Yeah, that's a big possibility. The urge is to avoid this pain, but in avoiding it, it gets bigger. Do you know what I mean? So you're being asked, when the Three of Swords comes in, it's like, address it. Go in, feel the pain, cry it out and release it. You've got to release it. Don't hang on to this pain. I feel that this is a gift for growth. I feel that once you release this pain, you can move forward unencumbered by this, because this is dragging you back almost. It keeps popping up. This always pops up. I mean, it's not like this pain ever goes away. It's always there, but it dulls over time, and it doesn't feel as so overwhelming when you address it, because you can release it. I feel that this is a new opportunity for you to release this pain, and it's really going to benefit you. We have challenging communications coming up for us, with Mercury. Your ruling planet is going into Capricorn. It's another earth sign, but it's kind of different. It's a different earth sign. It's very kind of, things are communicated in a very kind of matter-of-fact way, and it's challenging. Sometimes it's challenging to hear. It's, you know, we can be sensitive at this time. So just be aware of that. But I do feel that you've got this new journey coming up, and it might actually be a physical journey, that you are going to go abroad or you're going to travel somewhere, and that's wonderful. You're traveling with, you know, friends or lovers or family. And that's beautiful, but you know, sometimes the communication is going to be a little sensitive, but you need to address this once and for all so that you can release it, and you won't be so what's the word I'm looking for, affected by this experience again in the future. Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Hello guys, you are my die-hard fans. I really appreciate you. Thank you for staying all the way through to the end. I just wanted to tell you I have a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group I do a live feed every 2 weeks, and it corresponds with either the new moon or the full moon. And whoever attends, I look at their horoscope and see how they are receiving it. And I also have my tarot cards on hand to answer any questions. So it's a lovely group, like-minded people. We're all very positive and it's really uplifting. Such a lovely environment. So I hope that you will join my Facebook group. It is a private group, so you just need to ask permission to join and just answer a couple of questions. That's all. And you'll get in. Listen, guys, the 12-month readings are, you know, a lot of people are getting them and they're really helpful. So take a look at my website. The link to that is below, and get a 12-month reading. And I throw in a little chart interpretation in there too, you know, just some, you know, things about your personality and good things to know, strengths and weaknesses. I throw that in just as a little special, you know, a little special extra. It must be Jupiter expanding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you next week. Mwah! I love you all.